Hi, and welcome back to our Excel tutorial series. Today, we are focusing on crucial aspect of Excel, that is cell referencing. And I'll tell you how and when you should use relative, absolute, and mixed referencing. So as you can see here, we have some data of different products sold in each quarters, and here we have its price by unit. We need to find out all this blank data here. Okay, so here we need to find out total quantities. For that, we will add quantities for each quarter. Here I will write is equal to sum bracket and select cell C4 to F4 and press enter. And to copy this formula, I'll just double click here and this formula is copied here. Now, if I double click here, you can see the formula we entered. And now, if I click here, we can see the cell address is changed. If we see here, it is C8 to F8. That is relative referencing. So what's happening here is I took this formula and copied down. Cell references are also moving along with it. It adjusts the cell reference based on its position when copied. Okay, so now here I'll also find out total of each quarters. Okay, now moving on, here we need to see what is the percentage of total. For that, we need to divide quantity of each product with total of all products. So now here I'll write is equal to select total of pencil and divide by total of all products and enter. And double click here. Oh, but what's this? So I have made some mistake, right? If I double click on cell H8, as you can see that it is dividing G8 by G14, which means it is taking relative reference. So what we can do? We can fix our cell G10. For that, first I'll remove this from here. Now double click on cell H4, click here and now press F4. Once you press F4, that cell is locked now. Press enter and double click here. Now you can see it is now G5 divided by G10, G6 divided by G10 and so on. You can manually put dollar sign here, but F4 is the easiest shortcut. Now moving ahead. Here we have to find out total sales for each quarter. We have unit price for each product. So I'll write is equal to select cell C4 multiply by I4 and press F4 and enter. Now I'll copy this formula here and now here. Now let's check our formula. So yes, it is correct. Here you can see that quarter 3 is multiplied by the unit price. Now we'll check same for eraser. Uh-oh, I have made a mistake again. So what's that? Because I pressed F4 only once, it provided absolute cell referencing, which means it locked column and row both. But in this case, we want to freeze only column and row should be relative when we drag it down. That is called mixed referencing. It's a hybrid approach in Excel where either the row or the column is kept constant. So now we will select cell J4 and remove dollar sign from row and keep only one dollar sign against the column. Press enter. Now we will copy this formula in rest of the cells. And now if I click here, as you can see our calculation is correct. Okay, now moving to our next task. Here we want to find out total sales price after providing discount of 5% and 10% for each product. Here we have already mentioned 5% and 10%. So now we'll write is equal to and select this cell. Now, here we will have to apply mixed referencing and we will have to lock only column. Because when we will break down this formula, the row number should change. But if when we move right, column should not change. Here, I'd like to show you that if we press F4 for the first time, we get dollar sign for both row and column. Press again, you get it only for row. And if we press it again, you get dollar sign only for column. And if you press F4 sign for the fourth time, it goes back to again relative referencing. So now, we will press F4 for 3 times, then multiply bracket 1 minus, now we want to select discount percentage. Here we want to fix row because as discussed earlier, when we drag down, a row should remain fixed. But, but when we move right, our column referencing should move. So we will press F4 for twice and bracket close and enter. Now drag this formula to rest of the cells and check it randomly whether it is correct or not. So our formula is correct. Understanding cell referencing is vital for efficient Excel use. Mastering this skill will make your spreadsheet task much more manageable. I hope you like this video, like it, share it and subscribe to the Excel experience. Thank you.